Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss the packing efficiency in case of second type of cubic lattices, and that is nothing but the body centered cubic lattices. I have shown here the diagram of body centered cubic unit cell in which the particles are present at the corners as well as the particles are present in the center of the body. Now I have shown here the two particle which are present at the corners and the one particle which is at the center of the body. Now remember here, the particles which are present at the corner do not touch each other, but the particle which is present at the center, they are touching to the corner atoms. Okay, so this is very important. Now in case of this particular body centered unit cell, you know that this AF is a body diagonal. AF is a body diagonal. Okay, body diagonal means it is the what is body diagonal? AF is a body diagonal. It is a line joining two opposite corners of the particular cube. Okay, so AF is called as a body diagonal. Now we'll see one by one. So step number first, that is the radius of sphere. Radius of sphere. Now in this case, the radius of sphere, to calculate the radius of sphere, we have to assume few triangles. Okay, this is not as simple as like simple cubic unit cell. Here somewhat more calculations is there. So here assume two triangles, two types of triangle. So let's say first triangle. So here the first triangle is triangle, pay attention very clearly. So here the first triangle is triangle FED. So you have to assume this triangle FED. So this is a right angle triangle. Okay, right angle triangle FED, where this angle FED is a right angle triangle. So in this triangle, angle FED is equal to 90 degree. Okay, now here to apply simple Pythagoras theorem to calculate certain things. So here according to Pythagoras theorem, so what we have? So if it is right angle triangle, then you can write FD square, which is actually the, you can say this is the face diagonal FD, which is a line joining two opposite points of the face, opposite corners of the face. So that is your face diagonal. So FD square is equal to FE square plus ED square. So is equal to, what is FE square? So the edge length is A, so this become A square plus ED, this is also A. Okay, because it is a simple, it is a perfect cube, so all edges are of same length, so it becomes 2A square. So 2A square. So FD square becomes equal to 2A square. So this is the first triangle that you have to assume here in this diagram. Then second triangle that you have to assume here. So this is the first triangle. Then assume your second triangle here. I will write with the help of blue pen here. Second triangle, and again that is a right angle triangle, and the triangle is AFD. The triangle is AFD. So triangle AFD. So in this triangle, this angle ADF is a right angle triangle. Okay, ADF is a right angle triangle. So here angle ADF is equal to 90 degree. Pay attention here. This angle ADF is again 90 degree. Okay, again apply here Pythagoras theorem. So if it is the right angle triangle, so this square, that is FA square, AF square, according to Pythagoras theorem, AF square is equal to AD square plus FD square. So AD square plus FD square. So AD is edge length of the cube and that is A. So it will become A square plus FD is what? FD square. So already we have calculated FD square in the first case. So FD square is what? 2A square. 2A square. Okay. So it will become 3A square. It will become 3A square. 3A square. Okay. Now from the diagram, you know that AF is a body diagonal. AF is a body diagonal. And along this body diagonal, how many spheres you have? You have three spheres. One entire sphere which is at the center and two spheres at the two corners. Now if I ask what is the length of this AF, so what do you answer? What do you answer? If I ask what is the length of this AF, so this AF length can be calculated like this. So this one, this sphere having radius R, this sphere having radius R, having R, and again this sphere having radius R, means there are 4R, means AF is equal to how much? AF is equal to 4R. So you can say, but this AF is equal to 4R. Simple. Okay. Then so from this here we have AF square is equal to what? AF square is equal to 3A square. AF square is equal to 3A square, and from this what do you write? AF is equal to root 3A. Root 3A. So what do you get here? AF is equal to root 3A, means the length of body diagonal is equal to root 3A. That I want to say. Okay. Now if you are here AF is equal to root 3A, let's say this is equation number 1. Okay. So if I can say this as equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Okay. And then compare these two equations. So comparing equation 1 and equation number 2. So what do you get? AF on left hand side. So what do you get? 4R is equal to root 3A. And from this, what do you get? R is equal to, that is nothing but the radius of our sphere in case of BCC. Remember, in case of BCC, and radius become root 3A, root 3 in upon 4 into A. So this is very, very important formula to calculate the radius of sphere in case of BCC. Lot of numericals may ask in entrance as well as in board examination, calculate the radius of sphere. So at that time, what you have to use? You have to use this edge length. In the problem, they may give the edge length. So put the value of edge length here. So edge length into this one, root 3 into A upon 4. So this will give the radius in either picometer or angstrom. Okay. So this is what about the radius of sphere, and that is the first step. Okay. So just take the screenshot of the first point, that is the radius of sphere. Okay. And then we'll proceed towards the next step, and that is nothing but once you got the radius of sphere, then second step is the volume of sphere. Okay. So I will write here directly radius of sphere. So what is the radius of sphere? Root 3A upon 4. So I will write here. So radius is equal to root 3 into A upon 4. So this is step number 1. Okay, then step number 2. So what is step number 2? The step number 2 is the volume of sphere. Volume of sphere. Okay, so the sphere having radius root 3 upon 4, it having different volume. So formula for volume of sphere, general formula. So volume of sphere is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So is equal to 4 by 3 pi and r. So what is the value of r? Root 3 upon 4 a and cube. So put the value of r here. So 4 by 3 pi r cube. So this calculation comes out to be 4 by 3 pi. Now root 3 cube. So it become 3 root 3. Okay. Upon 4 cube, 64 into a cube. Okay. So this is equal to, so 1 6 here. Okay, so this comes out to be, these 3 cancel with these 3. So what do you get finally? You will get root 3 pi a cube upon 16. So this is step number 2. Simple, very simple. What I do here, 4 by 3 pi r cube. I have put the value of r here. So cube of that. So just do the calculation. Finally you get root 3 pi a cube upon 16. So this is step number 2. Okay. Then you have third step. So what is the third step? I will rub this one now. So third step, that is the total volume of particles. Now in case of BCC, how many total number of particles are present in the unit cell? So in case of BCC, already we have done the calculation for this, but I will put here again the same calculations in short. So there are 8 corners, means 8 particles at the corner, and 1/8 part of that particular corner particle is present in the particular BCC unit type of cell. So 8 into 1/8 plus 1 particle is there which is entirely present inside the BCC structure. So this will give the calculation 1 plus 1, and that is equal to 2. Means effective number of atoms in BCC are 2. So one particle or one sphere having volume root 3 pi a cube upon 16. So 2 spheres occupy how much volume? So 2 into volume of one sphere. So is equal to, therefore the total volume of particle is equal to total volume of particles is equal to 2 into volume occupied by one particle or one sphere, and that is equal to root 3 pi a cube upon 16. Are you getting this? Simple. So 2 16, so is equal to, it become root 3 pi a cube upon 8. So this is equation number 3, right? So this is very simple. Total volume of particles, just do the calculation, multiply by 2, and one volume of one particle is this much. So this is step number 3. And finally you have the step number 4, and that is packing efficiency. So what is the formula for packing efficiency? So packing efficiency is equal to volume occupied by all the particles divided by total volume of unit cell. So volume occupied by all the particles in the BCC is equal to how much? It is a root 3 pi a cube upon 8 divided by total volume of unit cell. As edge length is a, so total volume become a cube into 100. So here also you have also 100 here to this formula. So is equal to, so just do the calculation, root 3 pi a cube upon 8 a cube into 100. So is equal to, a cube get cancelled with this a cube. So what do you get? You get root 3 into, put the value of pi, 3.142 into 100 divided by 8. Okay, you just do the calculation of this particular numbers. So this calculation comes out to be, so packing efficiency, okay, so packing efficiency here is found to be 68%. So this calculation is equal to 68%. That means in case of BCC, because of two atoms, somewhat more volume as compared to the simple cubic is occupied by the particle, and that volume occupied by the particle in case of BCC is equal to 68%. Okay, now that means packing efficiency is found to be higher than the simple cubic unit cell. Now about the calculation of voids. So here, how to find the, how much is the void means empty space. So how to find out the void calculation? So total space is 100 minus 68. So this comes out to be 32%. So percentage of void, that is the empty space, that is found to be 32%. So this is what about the packing efficiency in case of body centered cubic lattices. So this is what about the calculation. So again, in board examination, may ask the question, prove that or show that the packing efficiency in case of body centered cubic lattices is 68%. So just to do this particular, to get this particular 68%, okay, so you have to do all this calculation in 4 different steps. So this is what about packing efficiency in BCC. Thank you.